Alors, on va continuer le stream avec Chicken Police. Alors, Chicken Police, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un jeu d'aventure assez noir, comme vous pouvez le voir, qui est sorti, je crois, le 5 novembre de cette année, dans lequel on va intégrer des policiers poulets. Voilà, c'est aussi simple que ça, comme vous pouvez le voir. Donc GOG a eu la gentillesse de m'en envoyer un exemplaire. Je crois que le jeu est sorti sur Steam, sur GOG et sur les consoles au prix de 20$. De toute façon, Madame va vous le mettre dans la description. Je voulais absolument jouer au jeu parce que ça a l'air très 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 bizarre. Généralement, les jeux d'aventure, c'est pas le genre de jeu auquel je joue le plus souvent, sauf s'ils sont vraiment complètement bizarres et assez drôles. C'est pour ça d'ailleurs que je suis un très grand fan de Sam et Max, parce que pour moi, c'est le niveau de bizarrerie que j'ai besoin d'avoir. Mais ça, pour le coup, ça a bien éveillé ma curiosité. Donc j'y ai jamais joué, j'ai juste lancé le jeu pour faire les réglages du stream. Donc on va le démarrer ensemble, on va le découvrir ensemble, et puis si c'est fun, bah, peut-être que j'y jouerai plus longtemps. Et vous pouvez voir au passage que le jeu est traduit en français. Et la musique du menu est plutôt sympa.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. Buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Putain, cette mise en scène ultra classe.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
Évidemment que t'es à la retraite. Ça commence toujours comme ça. Le flic, il est toujours à la retraite. Il est toujours sur le point d'avoir sa retraite.
Possibly go wrong.
Il y a toujours une merde qui arrive juste avant sa retraite. Ouh. Alain qui dit le doubleur de ce poulet est pas mal du tout. Ouais, il est bien.
Office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Ok. Donc après cette introduction plutôt classe, force est de constater que le doublage est pas mal aussi. Plutôt bien traduit pour l'instant. Et ouais, l'approche ambiance noire est bien... plutôt bien, a l'air plutôt bien réalisée. Alors, ok, donc on sait pas qui c'est elle, mais bon. Machine à écrire.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. I don't even know what these papers are. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
Il a quand même pris son gars.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
T'as raison, mec. Les cigarettes.
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
Ok. Vieux livre, téléphone. Pas besoin de téléphoner. Je vais lui parler, hein, de toute façon, mais...
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm
Kid,
gonna
c'est un
end up
poussin.
dead in here, whether I like it or not.
Interrupteur, photo... Bon, écoute, on va te parler. Observer.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
On va voir ça.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Putain, la dégaine, j'adore.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Donc, notre personnage s'appelle Sonny. Sonny le poulet policier.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
Pour l'amour de la jungle.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Eh ouais, tranquille avec des inconnus, c'est cool. Harry, peut-être qu'elle nous raconte son histoire, là.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
Ok. D'accord. Donc on a un disque comme ça. Le passage c'est retraduit en français, ce qui est plutôt cool. Personne. Ah, on va rencontrer pas mal de monde quand même. 8 personnes, pour l'instant nous avons Déborah. Elle fait des commissions pour son employeuse, une femme raffinée. Je crois pas qu'elle vienne d'un milieu aisé. Nom Déborah Ibanez. Espèce Impala. Genre femelle. Particularité. Belle et fragile, rien de bien spécial. Et on a pas mal de lieux à visiter aussi. Bien, ils ont tout traduit, ce qui est plutôt sympathique. Les inspecteurs poulets. Lieu visité 1, ok. Rang détective Blanbec, tu m'en diras tant. Ça c'est mon inventaire. Ok. Alors, il va falloir que tu m'en dises plus sur tes menaces, toi.
So, this is the part where the interrogation comes, like in those detective movies.
Something like that, Deborah. Yes.
Ok. Alors, concentre-toi sur ce que tu sais du suspect. Est-ce qu'il ou a l'air louche? Concentre-toi là-dessus. C'est John Doe. Focus. Ce type a l'air suspect. Je dois me concentrer là-dessus. Focus suspect. Impression suspect. Jauge détective. Concentre-toi. Il est suspect. Je suis suspect. Pourquoi tu es suspect? Putain. Ça, c'est du tutoriel comme on les aime. ça, ça mérite une capture d'écran. Il est suspect, je suis suspect. Pourquoi es-tu suspect? D'accord, donc ça, c'est une bonne chose. Récolte des impressions en parlant au suspect. Chaque impression donne accès à une nouvelle question. Fort bien. Nouvelle impression, question 1, 2, 3, 4, tant de possibilités. La jauge de détective est ta meilleure amie. Elle t'indique comment se déroule l'interrogatoire. Garde-la du côté positif. Ok, d'accord. Donc ça, évidemment, si c'est négatif, la personne ne va pas vraiment être enclin à m'aider. Blablabla, ça me plaît, ça, plus 100. J'aime beaucoup les illustrations qui t'expliquent comment fonctionnent les mécaniques du jeu.
Cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off.
Putain, cette
Let's
face.
start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Madame qui dit d'où le sous-titre du jeu, Painted It Red. Ouais, ça doit être lié à ça. Alors, faut que je sois prudent avec les joues fines. Cette femme a l'air timide, je peux en tirer parti, mais je dois faire très attention à ce que je lui dis. Il faudrait pas l'effrayer, on va commencer doucement. Et quand maman sera bon, on ira plus fort. Qui êtes-vous au juste?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
Je peux activer le... Ok, la lecture automatique, je peux passer le dialogue, je cherche pour... J'imagine qu'on peut rejouer le dialogue. Je ne suis pas quelqu'un d'important.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
Je vais pas lire les sous-titres, hein. Je pense que c'est assez gros pour que tout le monde puisse voir sur le chat.
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Ok. Alors, on va y aller tranquillement. Dites-moi dans quel quartier résidez-vous? Calavera Hills, Floraville peut-être?
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Madame qui dit les sous-titres sont bien lisibles en plus, en blanc sur fond noir, c'est nickel. Ouais, parfait, c'est bien ce que je pensais.
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Ok.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Arrêtez de jouer à la froid effrayé parler. Pourquoi m'avoir rendu visite cette nuit et pas une autre nuit?
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Timide, incertaine, apeurée. Pourquoi c'est vous qui êtes venu et non votre employeuse?
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
L'employeur est un chat.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
La face du poulet, j'adore. Il se fait son petit dialogue comme ça et qui nous regarde. J'adore ça. Comment avez-vous eu cette adresse?
How did you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You are the head of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like
Il y a un
that.
raton laveur dans le jeu aussi, on note.
Lucky for you, Deborah.
Ok, qu'attendez-vous de moi exactement en venant ici?
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough
No question about that.
and has a heart of gold.
Ok, calmos.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Alors... Est-ce que vous auriez des ennuis?
Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
L'un qui dit, petit truc de match sur Déborah, on voit vraiment le côté tête d'animal, corps de femme, ses mains n'étant pas transformées pour faire animal. Alors je crois que c'est fait exprès. Je sais pas comment ça s'appelle ce processus où justement ils te mettent... ils prennent des acteurs tout simplement et ils changent leur face là. Moi je trouve ça suffisamment... Moi ça me choque pas en fait. C'est suffisamment bizarre pour me plaire.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Vous pensez pas que toute cette affaire est un peu louche?
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Alors... Si vous souhaitez rien divulguer, à quoi bon être venu ici?
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Ok. Moi Déborah, pourquoi devrais-je croire un mot de ce que vous dites?
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
Alors, soyez honnête, dites-moi de quoi vous avez si peur.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Kingpin. Ok.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Fort bien. Question posée 11. Précision de focus 60%. 4 étoiles sur 5. Flic correct. Ça c'est un vrai équipier, c'est pas pareil qu'au bon vieux temps. T'es encore dans le coup, le vieux coq, on est encore sous les plumes. Indice important, la tendre moitié de Natacha, l'employeuse, n'est autre que le célèbre criminel IBN Wessler. Ok. C'est quoi ça?
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
T'es marié à un perroquet, mec? Ok.
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick.
J'étais un petit
I
poulet.
think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
Bon. Ah. Ok, bah j'imagine qu'il faut qu'on aille rencontrer sa patronne, non?
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555 111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, let's see.
Qu'est-ce que tu m'as filé? Au passage, le journal, là, j'ai beaucoup de... Voilà, donc la patronne, c'est Madame Natacha Katsenko. Et le mari, c'est le criminel Ibn Wessler. L'un des gangsters les plus connus de Cloville, mania de l'immobilier, directeur de banque, propriétaire d'un musée, producteur d'alcool, contrebandier et courtier en information. Et c'est que la moitié de tout ce que j'ai entendu sur lui. Fort bien. Alors... Madame qui dit le classique du film noir, le flic divorcé. Ah ouais, non, mais t'as tous les clichés.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman.
Ok, donc on a encore une autre personne dans l'histoire. C'est qui ça?
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall, with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland?
Je sens que le poulet il est un peu... Wow.
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded
Yeah.
clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
C'est un peu logique vu que c'est un mec de la pègre.
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
Call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
L'ami, c'est le lapin. Je sens que ça va me plaire ce jeu. Ok. Lewis. Lewis, espèce lapin. Ma particularité, un vieil ami, il bégaye beaucoup quand il parle. Lewis est le propriétaire de l'hôtel Atlas, autrefois réputé. C'est aussi un vieil ami. C'est mon proprio actuel, on vit tous les deux seuls dans cet énorme hôtel. Il adore les histoires policières, il me donne toujours volontiers un coup de main quand j'ai besoin de lui. Sacré Lewis. Je crois qu'on en a terminé, hein.
Thank you again.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Whisky bas de gamme.
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Ok, numéro de Lewis c'est 555 932. J'adore les téléphones comme ça. Ma grand-mère avait un téléphone comme ça. Je peux vous dire que j'étais ravi de composer un numéro de téléphone à chaque fois qu'elle voulait appeler quelqu'un.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Ok.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here.
Évidemment.
Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Voilà Lewis.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Il a l'air d'avoir une tête toute douce, Lewis.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job.
Ah, nice.
And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Ok. Bah on va aller voir Marty, du coup.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty...
Ok. Alors, type de scène principale, qui font progresser l'histoire. Scène limitée. Sont disponibles pour une durée limitée déterminée par la progression dans l'histoire principale. Si vous êtes du genre à tout compléter, assurez-vous de toutes les voir avant de passer à la prochaine scène principale. Scène bloquée. Pour l'instant, j'ai pas trop le choix.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty.
Que ça soit tous des poulets, c'est
Who hates me.
n'importe quoi.
But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Chapitre 1 des tours.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Qui ça?
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
J'aime bien leur accent,
You looking for Marty, eh?
enfin lui surtout.
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the
Okay.
shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that. Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Ok, voiture de patrouille.
Day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages. Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane
Ils l'ont
cult
utilisé pour tout, quoi.
hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Ok. Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
Marty a l'air d'être assez porté sur les armes, ce qui aurait tendance à me plaire, je dirais.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Spurt. Sa plume. Qui il est?
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time?
Il parlait?
Mort, you scabious beast. What the hell did you do?
Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass.
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh?
Ok.
New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess?
Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jeff is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Le doublage et les textes sont vraiment de très bonne qualité.
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, Sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane
Bubo,
owl.
c'est un hibou.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with it.
Oops.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Bosco.
Holy wild ones. Look at the cat dragon.
Fox Terrier.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know that lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy
Ouais, on
again.
peut rejouer les dialogues.
Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's
J'ai hâte de le rencontrer, Martin.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
Ok. Salut les Murphy sur le chat. Agent Jardine.
Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
Ok. Agent
One
Barkman.
of Blood Boil's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course.
Oui, c'est un chien. Distributeur.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but
Ok. Bah vas-y, stand de tir, c'est parti.
this is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding.
Ok.
I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Voilà Marty. Deuxième poulet de l'histoire.
Hey, Marty.
Écoute, ça va très bien les Murphy et toi?
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know.
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately,
Putain,
my
ok.
aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
C'est qui Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun.
Bertha, c'est le nom du fusil à pompe.
Stays.
Je sens qu'il va me plaire, Marty. Bertha.
Okay, okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
C'est quoi? C'est le nom d'une autre arme?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Ok, donc il est vraiment obsédé par les armes. Arme de Marty. Linda.
Hey, there were 4 weapons here. Where are the others? You're not bringing them with you, I hope.
Oh, we're going to a bar, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the point.
And? What?
A buffalo killer and 2 handguns? We're only there to sniff around, not start a goddamn war.
Ah, war, bar, what's the difference? And it's frickin' New Year's Eve, right?
Of all that's furry, you know what? I don't even care.
That's the spirit.
Ok, il y avait 4 armes, donc il en a pris 3 avec les... Comment c'est? Vas-y. Putain, cette arme de tir. Ah merde, fallait pas buter la poulette. On ne tue pas la poulette. Merde. Vas-y, réessaye. Marty, il a fait 10 000. Ah, j'ai loupé quelqu'un. C'est pas évident, hein? Un temps de latence quand tu tires. Ok.
Bye, Mandy. See you soon.
You've named the poster girl. You a bit lonely these days?
You're one to talk. I've heard you muttering to her.
What, me? To a poster? Don't be silly.
Ok, bon, on se casse.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me.
Okay, okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe encore?
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
Oh, Blood Boy, il est là.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am
I
I...
don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, 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 careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Oh, putain.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Ok, on s'en va. On s'en va, on s'en va. Ah oui, directement sur la carte.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first, and it would be nice.
Ok.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
Faut parler à Bosco et dire au revoir, Monica.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
C'est bien sa tête.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
Les poulets sous les
Big
purleurs.
birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Maintenant, on peut y aller. L'hôtel Atlas. Hot dog. On peut aller manger un truc.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Il y a une mouche qui est dehors.
Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
Ok. On s'en fout un peu. La ville, vieille voiture.
This wreck belonged to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could.
On peut rentrer à l'intérieur? Yep.
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
On voit la zip. Putain, c'est pas cher. Hein. Crazy meat and cheese.
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds.
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
Moment nutrition dans l'aventure, visiblement.
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Ooh, and
I'd rather have...
you used to be more daring.
Yeah, and my back didn't hurt either.
Furry heavens.
Vous appelez ça... Commander quelque chose, toi?
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Putain, on n'est pas les bienvenus, visiblement.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
It's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time,
Ok, donc je pense que la dernière fois on a défoncé son café à lui.
He's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how...
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And
Okay.
ever since, he's been kinda weird, bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor. Like
Ouais,
the
évidemment.
days.
Okay, I'm in.
Alors, qu'est-ce que tu veux?
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Voilà. Ok. Alors, le hot dog, comment ça va?
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Ok. Zip.
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Ah, ça, c'est l'insulte du jour, quoi. C'est quoi?
Is that so?
Oups, je les appelle. On joue au dialogue.
is a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel, if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the Millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But
Okay.
we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Tsar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder ring a bell?
Pas vraiment, mais bon.
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
Le petit singe, ok.
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for the straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I clucking will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
Ok, bon. On va se casser d'ici. Voilà, retrouver Natasha Tsar. Ok. Natasha connaître ma femme Molly. Ou peut-être qu'elle est très bon informateur. Je vais trouver quel est le lien. On a déjà rencontré pas mal de monde. Vas-y. Ah oui, c'est pas comme ça. Allez. En route à la boîte de nuit.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in.
De poulet
We
maintenant.
could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently.
La gueule de poulet.
Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
Je sens que Marty, si tu lui dis non, il te met un coup de... Comment ça s'appelle? Un coup de Bertha dans la gueule et c'est fini.
You say, Boss Bird.
Femme cigogne. Lewis. Lewis, il est là?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name?
Oh.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Videur. Ok, il va falloir parler au videur. Ça marche, madame. Je vais jouer probablement un petit 30 minutes de plus, donc tu peux peut-être me mettre un rappel dans 30 bonnes minutes, ça t'embête pas trop. On va parler au videur.
Howdy, pal.
Oh, il a pas l'air commode.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah, I've,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Pas moyen de rentrer par une porte dérobée ou...
That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Toi, peut-être.
Was that a rhetorical question?
On peut parler à Lewis.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Alors... Donc il nous faut une liste.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Averia.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
Ok. Est-ce qu'il faut que je retourne du coup à mon bureau? J'ai oublié quelque chose.
Molly.
Je vais tenter de lui reparler, mais bon. Je vais lui poser des questions. Natasha Katsenko.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Je peux lui montrer un signe de police, mais bon.
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty McChicken.
Marty McChicken.
The Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Le nom de famille.
God, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Jeez, look at that.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
On va lui demander. Non, on va pas lui demander, j'aurais bien voulu.
Big guy, you know.
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a
Salut
frequent
Ken Browning.
of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Je peux te demander autre chose. Parler.
Just one more thing. This list of yours, where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
Ok. Où est-ce qu'on s'instruit sur cette foutue liste? Peut-être que Lewis, il doit savoir.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Parce que lui, il peut rentrer, donc...
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Simon Lapin.
Jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Ok. Donc on y va avec lui, là?
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'Arche-Lamont, sir.
And as for you...
Thanks, old pal.
Ok, on va pouvoir rentrer. Bonne nouvelle, tout ça.
It was my pleasure to help you. As all...
Allez.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid...
Just like always.
Ok.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Mec renard. Le sbire. Putain, il a pas l'air commode, lui.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
On peut te parler ou pas? On peut pas lui parler, lui.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha, very
Ah, ils s'aiment bien les deux, putain.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
Enfin, toi avec tes armes, c'est pas mieux. Ok. Grand chevreuil.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
Justement, c'est parce qu'il est mauvais qu'il est très bon.
You just need to get used to it again.
What
On peut te parler ou... Ah, on peut pas te parler. Ouh. T'es un peu proche de moi, toi, mais bon, vas-y. Putain, il y a un cheval au comptoir. Je vais pas te parler.
Hey, there's Philmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
Ok, yeah, bonjour.
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
Ok.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Bah ouais.
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old.
Ok.
We'll be back.
Faut que je revienne lui parler, lui. Ok. Parler au barman.
2 whiskeys, kid. And no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
On va dire qu'il y a un entre-deux entre la flotte et le whisky, mais bon.
As I recall,
all, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well, no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah. Well, more like stealing it. But if
Ok, donc vous êtes des vilains poulets quand même, hein. Qui veulent voler une bouteille de whisky.
But to be honest, I've no objections.
Whisky de qualité.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy.
Succès déverrouillé, problème de boisson.
Problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know? All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good. And let it stay that way.
Ok.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
On savait pas vraiment pourquoi justement il était plus flic. Enfin, il s'est fait retirer son insigne. Là, mais... Ok.
Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Tu peux parler avec ton arme, toi.
Says someone who calls his gun collection his Harry.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
Ok. Il y a d'autres personnes qui sont arrivées. Ah, il y a d'autres personnes qui sont arrivées. Olivia, affiche de film.
Huh. Another Lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny.
Predator City.
Timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me. Just women and guns are my only weakness.
Ok. Bon, on peut vous parler. Vous.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Coppers in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wesley, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is,
Je viens de dire son nom, mais bon.
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood red paint, the usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand.
Donc là, en théorie, on n'aurait pas dû...
Into my own hands, you see.
On aurait dû l'esquiver, mais bon.
Kind of busy.
Tant pis.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Ouais. On n'était pas censé vraiment lui parler, lui, mais bon, tant pis, maintenant c'est fait.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Ok. Écoute, on va en profiter. Alors, Natasha.
Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Luis.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Évidemment que c'est un rat.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just...
It sounded rude to me.
Mais non.
Please forgive her, detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Ah, je vois ça.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now...
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something? Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Ok. Ok, donc c'est... Maintenant, on va pouvoir l'interroger. J'aurais pas dû lui demander tout ça, c'était pas utile, mais bon, c'est pas grave. Wesley est du genre sournois. Malheureusement, j'en sais pas assez sur lui, je devrais être malin. Je ne peux pas le mettre au pied du mur. Impression sournois, évidemment, c'est un rat. Qu'est-ce que vous avez ressenti quand vous avez appris que Natasha était victime de chantage?
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ok. Pourquoi ne pas avoir appelé la police?
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Chicken. Ah, ouais, c'était pas terrible. Pourquoi on voudrait tant votre petite amie? On va éviter de prendre tout ce qu'il nous dit personnellement.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Tout de suite les menaces, quand même.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
épaulet. Il va falloir se tourner subtilement autour du pot. Est-ce qu'il a déjà vécu ce genre d'incident dans le passé?
Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past? I mean, threats, blackmail, enemies, or insane fans. Psychopath pianists, perhaps.
I don't know about enemies, but she's a celebrity. A star shining bright in Clawville's night sky. Do you understand? She gets endless fan mail. It could be anybody. I wouldn't overreact.
Natasha doesn't feel that way.
I've noticed.
Ok. Ça, je vais peut-être éviter. Vous pensez que c'est un de ses fans qui a fait le coup?
Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Someone who can't take rejection, maybe?
Why not? It's quite common.
It's a typical motive, indeed. Any ideas who it could be?
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers, bounty type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his style. I can't think of anybody else. Or rather, I can think of everybody else. About half the city, actually.
Ok.
I get it.
Ok, ça va mieux. Étude des menaces similaires dans le passé.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
Le chef de la mafia est l'ange, hein. Comment avez-vous fait pour vous rencontrer?
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
C'est-à-dire pas du tout romantique.
There are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you couldn't afford.
Je peux lui poser ça. Vous visez dans la même maison de Natasha?
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in
Gold Town.
But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Elle est seule quand elle y reste le week-end?
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
Fort bien.
I suppose not.
Donc Natasha pense qu'elle est en grand danger et pourtant elle s'y rend toute seule.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, In our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
T'as pas besoin de le provoquer.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Ça, c'est bon à savoir.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Oh, on sait bien. Question posée 10, précision de focus 90%. Alors, indice important. IBN s'efforce de changer de sujet quand on évoque les menaces de toute évidence. Il en sait plus que ce qu'il prétend.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Ça veut dire non.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Ah, on a le show qui commence. Ça marche, madame. Je m'arrêterai probablement après ça.
Sonny. Sonny.
Celui il se fait hypnotiser par la chanson du chat.
It's dead.
C'était le show.
That was
Ah.
unique.
Finalement, on enchaîne le dialogue direct, tant pis.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
Ça veut dire dégage.
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at this age.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop. And a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
Parfait. Je sauvegarde tout seul, j'imagine. Je vais juste voir un truc. Si je fais continuer. Ouais, c'est bon.
She was trouble the first time I saw.
Ok, parfait. Ok, bon, ça fait à peu près 1h30 qu'on est en train de jouer à Chicken Police, donc je vais m'arrêter là. Comme vous l'avez probablement deviné, je suis très convaincu par ce jeu. Il y a une super ambiance, j'aime beaucoup la direction artistique, très bon doublage, c'est bien écrit, les personnages sont vraiment attachants, et puis honnêtement, intégrer des poulets, c'est fun. Ouais, ça m'a l'air bien prometteur tout ça. Et l'histoire a l'air d'être plutôt cool, donc j'ai hâte d'en savoir plus. Donc je vais m'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui dessus, mais on y rejouera, hein, ça je peux vous le dire. Donc je sais pas si j'en ferai en semaine ou si j'en ferai durant le stream du dimanche, mais j'aimerais bien continuer l'aventure, surtout que je crois que c'est pas trop long à finir. Donc c'est typiquement le genre de jeu à faire si vous avez pas trop de temps. En plus je fais pas beaucoup de jeux de ce genre, mais celui-là est suffisamment bizarre et drôle pour me plaire. Et c'est ça qui fait en sorte que j'ai vachement accroché, c'est que c'est complètement tordu, quoi. Incarner des poulets dans une ville où tout le monde a une tête d'animal, ambiance noire comme ça, moi ça me convient tout à fait. Puis l'interface est bien fichue, ça se prend bien en main, donc on se laisse bien porter par l'ambiance et l'histoire. Donc ouais, c'était Chicken Police, ça m'a bien convaincu. Et puis voilà, c'est à peu près tout. Donc je vais quitter le jeu, lever l'overlay, et on va enchaîner avec autre chose. À tout de suite.